Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on introduction to multiple linear regression. We said that multiple linear regression is a statistical technique where the objective of which is to explain or to describe a variable of interest using other variables. Okay, so the objective is to create a model, mathematical model, where the variable, the dependent variable, is on the left side. Y sub t, for example, is equal to, so as I said, to explain or to describe a variable. Say this is our variable y sub t. This is the, okay, sorry, y sub, okay, we have to be careful with using y sub t, because y sub t usually is used to denote time. Okay, so y sub I. So we're not referring here to a data that's based on time. Y sub I is equal to a certain constant, beta null, let's call it beta null, plus beta 1 times your independent variable 1, 1 sub I, plus beta 2 times your independent variable 2, 2 sub I, plus dot dot dot, plus your residual, epsilon sub I. Okay, this is the fundamental equation class of multiple linear regression. Okay, and what we solve in multiple linear regression are these parameters. We want to determine what's beta null, what's beta 1, what's beta 2, etc., beta sub n. Okay, and the nature of these parameters is such that the sum of the squares of your residuals, okay, your residuals squared is actually equal to the sum of the difference between your actual value, y sub I, minus y hat sub I. Okay? This is your actual value, given value, observed value, minus your predicted value squared. Okay? So that's E, that's your error, that's your residual. And the nature of this is that the residuals, which are this one, is minimized. No? So the objective is to minimize the sum of the squares of your residuals, which can be written as the sum of your residuals y sub I minus y hat sub I squared. This is again is the actual value minus the predicted value. Okay, and the method used here is what we call ordinary least squares. As the name suggests, okay, squares. Bakit squares? Squared kasi class. Squared yung residuals. And then least, L-E-A-S-T. Siya yung pinakamaliit class, minimum. Okay, minimum. So you can have several regression lines, okay, with different values of beta null, beta 1, beta 2, but there's only one, okay? Take note class, only one unique line, okay? One unique line, combination of beta null, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, etc., that results into your residuals. The squared of your residuals is at a minimum. Okay, so that's what we mean by that's how the multiple linear regression process is conducted. That's how we determine the value of the parameters. Kasi di ba we need to determine what are these values, beta null, beta 1, beta 2, etc. Okay, why do we need to do that? Because otherwise we won't have a model. The model is defined by this one. So you can now explain our variable of interest, our dependent variable, based on this. Okay, so it's a powerful mathematical model, and x1, x2, x3 are the variables, are your predictors. Okay, so later on we're going to explain what beta 1 means. Okay, what is beta 1? Okay, for example, y1, y sub I, let's say, is hourly wage. Hourly wage. So we're looking at a model where we'd like to predict what is the hourly wage of a worker, let's say in Metro Manila. Okay, and x number one, x1 is a variable, let's say, education, number of years in college. Okay, and it's in years. No? So later on, we'll have this model, and we will interpret. Once we get the regression model, once we're able to determine the values of beta null, beta 1, beta 2, etc., then the next step is for us to explain what the meaning of this parameter is. Let's suppose that for purposes of just this discussion, let's say this is 0.8, 0.82. So let's say it turns out that the value of beta 1 is 0.82. So how do we interpret this 0.82? 0.82 means that for every 1 year increase in education, no, I said 1 year increase. Okay, 1 year. Why year? Because education is in years. Okay, so 1 year increase in education will result into a 0.52. Let's suppose hourly wage is in pesos. 0.82 pesos increase in your hourly wage, ceteris paribus. Okay, so I just set that as an example, but we're going to go into the deeper details later on. Okay, in example ko lang. So I know that my example is quite crude and it's not comprehensive, but at least do you get the idea, class? Could you kindly chat, please, kung you're getting the idea? Okay, all right, thank you. How about the others? Okay, medyo. Yeah, thank you, medyo. Don't worry, we'll discuss this in greater detail. Wag muna ngayon kasi nag-aano lang tayo sa introduction, no? Okay, sige. Thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, let me clear all drawings first. Okay. We did this last time, class, di ba? We learned this. Did we? The equation, class, right? Did I discuss to you how to create this? Na-discuss ba natin, class?
Yes po, ata.
Yes, okay. Sure. Yung pag-generate nitong formula using LaTeX, yung dollar, right? Dollar. Pati itong CDOTs, di ba? Tama ba, class? Feedback, please. Did we? Hello? Okay.
Sir, sorry, di ko po sure, pero kasi napapaghalo ko po ato dun sa isang subject.
Ah,
Pero sa class na po
oh,
na to, di ko po sure.
oh. Okay. Yeah. Si Jerry Lane to, no? Yeah,
Yes,
parang
sir.
nasa Finlich ka rin, di ba? Oo. Okay.
Opo.
So let me just quickly, class, kasi baka I haven't reviewed the video, but sige, anyway, quick review. So in your case kasi, in your paper, in your case 1, there's a possibility that you need to write a formula. I want you to write it this way, okay? Kailangan malinis, no? Written this way. So how do you write an equation like this in an RMD file? Well, you start first with ito mahaba to, no? Tapos ang gawin natin, okay. So ito yun siya, no? Maliit yung ginawa natin. I shared this with you last time. Put some spaces before that. No? And let's change this. Let's change the format. Kasi this is one way. This is one way of doing it. There's another way of doing it. Sige, class. $, $, $. And let's change the way. There are different ways of writing equations in LaTeX. No? Okay, let's use one standard way. So you have to start with begin, aligned, in the capital letters class, begin, then curly brackets, aligned. Okay, hindi na tayo makakapagsimula ng ano. I think I'll just end here class sa ganitong discussion. Okay, bawi na lang tayo sa susunod dun sa assumptions of classical linear regression. Slash and aligned. Okay, so we normally want to structure it this way. Are you following, class? Pa-yes naman please kung nakakasunod. Okay, thank you. All right, so we would want to write itong y sub I, no? Pati ito. Where? Ito nga lang, may kakaibang ano siya, no? Kasi nag-array ako dito eh. Dito, class, begin array, end array. So it's a different way to write, class. But let's use a standard way. So here, the first line will be y sub I is equal to beta null. So let's just copy this one, class. Control C. Tapos explain natin. Okay. So y sub I, okay, y underscore I. Okay. Notice that it's in ICALS. If you're representing variables, class, it's best to use just the regular text like this. Because another way to write this is ganito, class, no? I'm sorry. Is to replace that by slash. Wait. Slash text. Text kasi yan, di ba? Text and then curly brackets and then y. Diba? Tingnan nyo, class. The difference between y underscore I a while ago is that ito kaysa text y is that this is in bold. No? Pwede i-capital lang kung gusto nyo. Yan. Yan. Okay? Y. And then, if I want to put sub I underscore I, yun ang problem dito, class. Pag tinext natin, it will literally translate everything inside the brackets into part of your text. Yan. Okay? Which is not good, class, kasi mas gusto natin na yung sub I, class, like that. Yan, y sub I. So when you're writing variables, class, best to use, best not to make it as a text. Okay, so this is equal to beta. Slash beta is a Greek letter, no? So slash alpha, slash gamma, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, xi, omicron, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, epsilon, ako nakalimutan ko ng Greek ko. Anyway, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, phi, chi, psi, omega. Whatever the Greek letter is, let's say, this one, omega. Yan, diba? Yun. Pag kinapital nyo, class, capital O ng Greek letter yan. When I make this beta, para alam nyo na, no? Yan, tingnan nyo. Oops. Ano nangyari dito? beta, okay, yan. Pag capital, wait ha, beta. Ba't iba yung capital? Alpha. I'll have to check class, no? Kasi pag small, ito, small. But there's a capital A, capital alpha. Check ko yung syntax. Kasi tinan yung omega, di ba? Omega. Yan, this is the Greek. Why Greek class? Kasi maraming formulas sa math ginagamit na Greek representations, omega, no? And if I change the first letter, and tinan, nagka-capital siya. I'm not sure why alpha and beta is behaving that way. But anyway, so that's not so much of our concern. No? But it's good to learn that. Okay, class, slash beta, okay, underscore 0. Yan. So yung mga subscript class, di ba, sabi natin, it's underscore. If it's exponent, ayan, beta squared. Caret naman. Okay. Superscript, underscore. Okay, underscore 0. All right, so slash beta 0, this is your intercept class. Okay, this is the intercept. We will learn how to interpret this as we go to the formal regression. And then slash beta 1, okay, times x1a. You notice even if there's no space, if there's a space between beta 1 and x1, hindi na magkakaroon ng ano yan. Hindi magkakaroon ng spaces. If you want to put a space, what do you do? Okay, yan, class. You put a space between beta 1 and x, you do a slash para mag-space siya. Okay? I'll just put them together. Now, ito class, x underscore, dalawa yung subscript niya. The subscript is 1i. So, you put it under brackets. Hindi pa pwede class na walang brackets. Curly brackets. If I don't put the curly brackets there, and you'll see that what is in the what is underscored is only the first one. Si 1 lang. Si I hindi. Okay? But I want both to be underscored. Yan. Okay? And then beta 2, you don't have to put space here. Well, you can put space class just for clarity. X2i. And then, tatlong dots class ito. No? C dots. And then plus, yung last na predictor, beta sub p, x, p sub I, plus your epsilon. So you have this. Okay, class, any questions so far? Ako magtatanong, class, clear ba? Paki yes or no naman, class. Okay, thank you, Darlene. Okay, I'm spending some time here investing in some minutes here, class, in the way this is written kasi kakailangan niyo sa output nyo. Okay, I don't want to see outputs that are just so not journal type outputs. Okay, the next thing that we would like to show is this, where, this one, where. So how do we type where? Tingnan nyo to, class, no? Tinext niya here. Copy natin to, Control C. Lagyan natin dito. Tanggalin nyo to, class, and see what happens. All right. You notice, class, that when I put a text here in the next line, it will be continued from the previous one. Yan. So how do I make sure that it goes to the next line? Even if I put spaces there, even if I shift enter, even if I put it to the next line, hindi siya maghihiwalay siya. Ganun pa rin siya, class. So what do we do? In order to make sure that the next text, the next line of characters goes to the next line, put a double backslash. Yan, double backslash. Okay? Now you will see that the spacing, the alignment will be quite problematic, no? Although it says here begin aligned and end aligned, okay? We have to give specific instructions on how the alignment should go. One of the easiest way to do that is to center it. So if I use with the use of ampersand yan, and when you use ampersand, class yan, end, it will center it. Ayan. So what we can do is, we can center this also, end. Yan, di ba? Oh. Okay, it will center it, and therefore, maging pareho siya dun sa ano, sa unang text. Okay, tapos ito naman, class, ito yung susunod, no? Y sub I is the independent variable. Let's copy this. Control C. Shift Enter, Control V. Okay, notice. Nag-connect siya automatically kay where. Pwede naman yung class, pwede nyo gawin yun. Or if you want to put it in the next line, again, double. No? Okay, and then again, okay, hindi siya aligned kasi hindi natin dito linalagyan pa ng ampersand na end. Okay, so with the ampersand placed at the beginning of each line, magiging center talaga siya. Okay, and that's okay. Now, tingnan nyo to, no? Y sub I is. So Y sub I is not placed under text. Pero ito, class, is the dependent variable for observation I. Notice, yung grupo na to, no? Slash text, curly brackets, is the dependent variable for observation. Okay, we will take a look at, kung ilagay natin sa ID to. Okay, this is what happens, no? Text is the dependent variable for observation I. Now notice Y sub I and text is the dependent is joined. Even if you put here space, hindi magsa-separate yan si Y sub I at saka yung is the dependent variable. So what do we need to do there? Doon ka sa text pumasok dito. Maglagay ka ng space. Yan, tingnan nyo. Nagkaroon ng space. If you want to increase the spacing, pwede kayong maglagay dito ng slash quad. So the slash quad function will increase yung space. Meron ding slash q quad, mas malaking space. Yan, tingnan nyo, parang na-double siya. Sometimes you'll see quad and then slash quad again, diba? Diba? Slash quad again, pa-increase lang yung space. Okay, if you want to make it that way. Okay, yung iba kasi gusto parang may space na ganun. All right? I'll just erase that class now. Okay. Now, observation I, mas maganda class yung observation na I kasi Y sub I to part of the variable natin eh. Pwede natin ilagay si I sa labas. I. Yan, tingnan nyo. Tapos, observation I magkadikit, dapat sa dulo lagyan natin ng space. There. Okay, so I just want to make sure, class, that maganda yung yung output nyo, no? So just be wary of formatting like this. Any questions so far, class? I'll go through this quickly na para we can move on. Any questions? Is this clear? Dali, ano ko lang. Clear, class? Okay lang ba yung pace ko or am I going too fast? Masyadong mabilis yung ba yung ano ko, yung discussion? Okay, thank you. Okay, sige. If I'm going too fast, please class, please interrupt me. You have all the right to do that kasi hindi sprint to class, no? This is a marathon. We're in here for the long haul. Okay, so tuloy natin class. And then, saan yung next? Beta 0 is the, okay, saan na siya? Ano ba tayo? Y sub I is the dependent variable. Then ito, x1i, x2i, and then let's see this class. Copy natin to, please. Control C. Now, this goes to the next line, di ba? So, slash, Control Enter. Control V. There. Okay? And then you'll notice that the spacing is off. So, lagyan natin ito ng, yan ang pinaka-simple class, no? Easy to handle, easy to navigate through. Okay, x1 sub I, di ba? Ito yon, no? x2 sub I, ito. Okay, and then take a look at this class, no? I'll let you explore class. Ano ba ibig sabihin? Ano ba yung difference ng ng C dots at saka L dots? What do you think, class? Can anyone please tell me what's the difference C dots at saka L dots? Madali lang, class. You can just even observe, no? Or you can Google nyo, class, para for you to be sure, no? Pero very obvious, oh. C dots and L dots. Anyone?
Sir.
Yes, Jerry Lane?
I think, sir, yung L dots, nasa gitna po. Tapos yung C dots, medyo mataas.
Okay. C dots, nasa gitna si C dots, di ba? Kasi tinan yung plus, no? Nasa gitna ng plus sign, no? Si C dots, right? Agree, Jerry Lane? Center dots, di ba? Sa center.
Apo, sir.
Tapos si L in lower, right? Diba? Kahanay siya ng line ng sentence. Right? So, ganun lang yung class, no? If you want the dots to be on the center, yan, C dots. Otherwise, kung nasa low part siya, yung nasa floor, L dots. Okay? So, of course, initially, parang ang dami naman palang rules. But as you become more familiar, you'll find that it really makes sense. And it makes your output really clean and very, pag nasanay na kayo, di ba? Ngayon, first time nyo pa lang naman na But you can see the clarity and the cleanness of how the formula is presented. Okay, L dots, comma, okay, XPI ito, and then text, may space, di ba? Are the independent variables or predictors for observation? I, yan. Okay, then, let's just finish this line. Okay, then, ito, copy na natin lahat to, class, ha? Okay, Control C. Maglagay tayo ng double slash dito, Shift Enter, Control V. And then, kailangan natin ng, anong gagawin natin, class? So, itong mga dinagdag natin ngayon, they're not centered. So, lagyan natin ng, ito, and, you can see that beta null. Okay. Itong end na to, then end. And end. Okay. So, the rest are self-explanatory. Beta null, alam na natin yan, is the intercept term. Beta 1, beta 2, Beta 1, beta 2, L dots, beta P are the regression coefficients. Epsilon sub I is the error term residual for the observation I. And then, ito class, epsilon sub I. Okay? Simulates, no? S-sim. Simulates what? Simulates N. Okay? So, isang ano yan, class, magkakasama sa isang command yan. Simulate N normal distribution with zero mean and slash sigma squared constant variance. Yan. Okay? So take a look at how we were able to write yung sa atin dito, no? Lahat siya naka-center dito. Now, if you want the equation to be, okay, kung tatanggalin ko yung centering dito, class, okay. So lahat naka-center. Si y sub I lang yung hindi, di ba? So, and balik ko. Pagtanggalin ko naman yung ibang dito, class. Okay, it does not look good, no? It doesn't look good kasi ano sila, ito naka-center dito. So where will end here where y sub I begins? Y sub I is a dependent variable, will end where y sub I begins. So it will not look good. Control Z, Control Z. But the way to, if you want that y sub I is centered, ano yung pwede natin gawin? Pwede ba nating lagyan ng quad to? Let's say like this, quad. O, di ba? Nag-move siya. Kung gusto niyo i-move ng konti, ayan. Medyo i-indent nyo lang, no? Q quad, another Q quad. Yan, di ba? Medyo naka-ano siya, naka-center ng konti. Centered as compared to the others. No? If you want to be highlighting this, na pinakagitna siya. Okay, it's already time. Unfortunately, class, hindi natin nasimulan talaga yung ano. Did I give this to you, class? Did I give this to you? Ito. Pa-chat naman, please. Hello, class.
Sir, yes po.
Yes, okay. Hindi ko na i-discuss yan, class, ha, pero